But in this case, Jon Stewart knows exactly what's going on. He's a very smart guy, and he is not a Zionist.
And that's why this is so disappointing. So for people pointing out that his name is actually Leibowitz, I know that. And of course, I know that Jon Stewart's Jewish, which is why it's been so rewarding seeing him be on the right side of history in this for the past, couple of years and be actually on point.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't know what this is. I'm beyond. Go away. Bye-bye. I hope that Josh Johnson rises up and takes your seat because he's funnier than you anyway.
We're not going to allow our guest who is here early, but that's military protocol. Never be late. Always be early.
Oh, my God. Okay.
But I do want to get through this very quickly with Rachel Maddow. I want people to understand, and again, it is actually pretty fortuitous that our guest is running for the U.S. Senate in the state of North Carolina, a very consequential swing state in the country, and he's running as green. So as I mentioned, if you think there's a difference between voting red and blue, especially when it comes to foreign policy, here's what Rachel Maddow had to say regarding this war.
Cui bono, right? Who benefits? It's always useful to start that question in any country. Who benefits? Who wants Iran bombed off the map and for their own reasons? Who are Iran's rivals and enemies? Perennially, it's the Gulf Arab states, countries like Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates and Qatar.
And why is that? Why is that, Rachel? Do you know why? No, she does know why, but she doesn't say it and she gives no context and she totally knows. I can't with her either. God, that's infuriating.
But she forgot to mention one other particular country, Jen, and I'm wondering why she would forget to mention them. Why is that?
Qatar, the country that just gave Donald Trump a really, really nice $400 million plane, really a gilded flying palace for his own use, both during his presidency and after. Trump plans to take that plane with him and keep using it after he leaves office, if he ever leaves office. And you remember United Arab Emirates, famous for recently structuring a totally pointless crypto financial transaction so that $2 billion of it would be stuffed into the Trump family's otherwise worthless brand new crypto financial firm. And of course, you remember the Saudis, who stuffed another $2 billion into the pockets of Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, just as Trump's first term in office came to a close. You might remember enough people were alarmed about that when it happened that the Trump folks actually sort of bothered to come up with an excuse for what made that okay. They said, don't worry, Jared will never again work for the U.S. government. He's never coming back to Washington. So it's okay that he's taken all this money from the Saudis now. We will never have to worry about having somebody involved in U.S. policy who has also just been given billions of dollars by Saudi Arabia, apparently for no reason. Well, that was the explanation when he took all that money from the Saudis at the end of Trump's first term. And now today, who has been leading the negotiations on behalf of the United States government with Iran before we just started this war with them today? I mean, Secretary of State Marco Rubio was in St. Kitts this week. It wasn't him. No, it was Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, recently paid billions of dollars by Iran's chief rival, and nevertheless sitting there alongside Trump's tiny real estate friend, Steve Witkoff, who has sought recently to improve his considerable family fortunes by going to Qatar to seek money from its sovereign wealth fund.
I don't understand what the point of her story is. What am I missing? So what you're saying is, Rachel, that you would be more satisfied if that were Marco Rubio sitting there and you would be getting the same exact result?
Or is this lady actually trying to convince her audience, the shitlib audience of shitlib audiences, that the interests of Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff lie with their business relationship with Qatar and not Israel, even though they have been going to Tel Aviv nonstop for years now with the Greater Israel Project, most notably the Gaza Riviera that they are now planning to build. How they think they're ever going to get away with that is beyond me.
Justin has a good question. How many American lives have been lost in our wars for Qatar?
Yeah, that's a great question.
So,
no,
oh, she's not done. She's got
no,
more.
no, that's it. I just want people to understand that your propaganda, it comes from all different directions.
And well, and it is important for people who don't know that why those states that she's discussing are UAE and Qatar and all those like Gulf Arab monarchy states that are always doing our bidding for us because they are on the payroll. They're on the payroll. They're on the payroll. So it isn't that we're helping them because of, you know, their fight with Iran. No. They're on our payroll, which is why Iran is bombing them. You see, because they're going after our bases. And what's going to happen is we won't have them there anymore. Again, that's the strategy. And Jon Stewart, he is now in the same category as Rachel Maddow. That's what we're talking about. Seriously, that should be embarrassing.